Good day to everybody out there to see thy wealth, water your health, drink a glass of water. And we see that Jim Jones is beefing with Nas. Not beefing with Nas, but he said he's better than Nas, and Shannon Sharp weighed in on that. And that's like one of the most talked about things outside of the Iran, Israel, and the war, or whatever the hell's going on in this world. But what I want to come on here is to remind you is to stay focused and do not let a few of these distractions trick you out of your spot. Maybe something you could do today is to order some seeds from True Leaf Market or your local nursery and start planting you some food. Maybe you can go and get some flower pots, and if you don't have any flower pots, maybe get an old container that you don't use in your house and fill it up with some soil in your yard and plant those seeds and start to grow your food. Yes, it's cool and it's time consuming and it takes you out of doing your daily routine to look at celebrity gossip and what's going on in the news and keeping your eyes on what's going on. But try not to lose focus of what you have to do and what you need to do in order to propel your life and make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Because as we see, these people do not care about us. If something goes on and something breaks out, their family and them, they're on private jets, they're on yachts, they're in another country, and while the whole while our country where we were born in America is going to hell and the shit and is burning down. So you have to make sure that you are prepared as much as possible. Canned food, beans, water. I don't want to yes, firearms, weapons, generators, chargers, like survival tactics and kits. So while I'm not telling you to avoid entertainment, I'm just saying stay focused on the goals, which is to get free from the strings that are attached to this system that are keeping us held down. Because the system is, I think the people, we messed up the system. The system is there, the Constitution is there, everything is there for us. And we don't know how to, I don't know, we just can't get it right as a people. Everybody's not going to make it. I'm not naive into thinking that everybody's going to make it. It's just not going to happen. But what we can do is we can focus on purchasing some seeds, because if we all don't have the money to go and buy land. So if you don't have the money to go buy land, go buy some seeds. There's soil outside. You have containers all over. Plant you some seeds and grow you some food. That way you can always feed yourself. I don't care if it's not tasty, you're still satisfying that hunger to where you're getting some type of mineral and nutrient, you know? Like, it's time to start stacking up on things that can be grown and that has shelf life. That isn't too compromising on the health with the shelf life, because the longer your life, the shorter its life. Unless it's vegetables that's stored. But then you have to say, well, how much of the minerals are being retained from your leafy greens being stored in the freezer? I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I've never done any lab tests on vegetables after they've been brought out of the freezer. So I don't know, but I do know this. Something is better than nothing. So Shannon, the NBA Finals, Donald Trump, the White House, Iran, don't forget about you. Do not forget about you. Your family, do not forget about you. Because if you're not okay, nobody's going to be okay. How can they be? You have to make sure that you're right. We have to be like, listen, you may say, well, why are you worried about it? You're in another country now. I am, but that doesn't mean I'm from America. I got family that's still in America. Everybody just can't pick up and leave. No, everybody can't just pick up and leave. If you make a choice to do so, yes, you can. But if you don't make that choice, and it's like everybody just can't pick up and go. And they don't have the mindset to do that. So you have to pave that way. And maybe people will come along later on. So, but right now, if you don't have the money to purchase land or go off grid, you can go and buy seeds. And just don't be tricked out of your spot by losing focusing on too much other things. Because no matter what's going on in your immediate area is really what matters. There's nothing you can do about over in Iran, Israel, Ukraine, Russia, Mexico. You can't do nothing about that. You need to focus on soil and right where you are in your immediate area and prepare for worst case scenario. And with that, I hope everybody's having a good day. We have just got a little break from all the rain here, so I'm feeling good about that. And, you know, I believe today we'll probably have some of the people coming over to do some of the completion of the forest that we have here and some clearing of the land. And just going to continue to keep working and making sure that I'm building up everything that I'm telling you guys to. Preparing myself for taking care of self in case I cannot go to the grocery store for anything. If I cannot go to the grocery store for coconuts, I have coconut water. I mean, not for coconuts, but for water. I have coconuts and I have well. And I have a rain catchment system out here that is catching the rain that's putting into a water cistern. And I also have a creek that borders this, right? We have solar that is giving us power from the sun. We have food with the seeds that I'm telling you guys to go and collect and start planting. And we have our shelter here. We don't have a mortgage. We don't have any interest to pay anybody. Very minimal taxes and very minimal insurance, right? So we are living a debt-free life of freedom. If I don't go and do anything a day in my life right now, I will still have to sell certain things on this land in order to pay my cell phone bill. I mean, outside of my residual income that I may have from my few investments that I still have remaining in the States, passive income. But outside of that, I have to do for that's not forever. That's over within 20 to 25 years. It's a good amount of time, but you know. And if y'all want to know about what I'm doing to get that money, go to www.thenotepusher.com. THENOTEPUSHER.com. Thenotepusher.com. Get my ebook for $8.44. It talks about how I invested in real estate, really using none of my own money. At this point, I don't use any of my own money and haven't. And how I've been able to give a great return to my investors and myself. But, you know, it doesn't matter how much you read. If you're not applying none of it, it doesn't matter. So don't buy the book if you're not going to apply the information and the knowledge. It's just pointless. I don't want your money for that. I mean, I'll take the money, but I'd rather for you to learn something so you can pass it on to someone or even promote what you learned from me to someone else. Because that's how business is picked up, word of mouth. You know, but anyway, man, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Please like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel, especially if you feel like I'm giving some value. If you feel like I'm providing you a different insight and perspective on how to live your life and what off-grid living could be as opposed to what you thought it was, like the video. If you feel like I'm giving you value and giving you a different perspective on how you could possibly shift your life and things you could do, like the video. And with that, thank you for looking. This is See Thy Wealth, water your health, drink a glass of water.